it is good to just be able to click record on this program and it's all just already running. The other thing is I've just got this app to just switch between lights on, lights off, etc. It's brilliant. The green screen looks like it's got a good cutaway now. I've got the small chair, still got the double chin. See what will happen when I lose it. Am I still going to be ugly? I'll still be mostly ugly. See, I'm not unusually ugly, I hope. It's just there is something a bit unkind looking about my face. It's very bloated from the heat in this room. I just got to get the fuck out. Alright? I've got to go. I've got to burn calories. That's the main thing. In an attempt to neaten my face, I put the 7mm guard on this beard trimmer from Hadaka and shaved any excess hairs that were sticking out of my eyebrows. It's been about 4 days since I had the injections into my dermal filler, into my eye tear troughs. And this morning I tried to alleviate the way the hairpiece stuck into this area by simply chopping diagonally up in both directions, thus ruining a fairly good hairpiece, because I've never really drawn the stencil exactly right. But then again, it's all about positioning, isn't it? So even if you do draw the perfect stencil, maybe you haven't shaved this area properly, and then when you place it, have you jiggled it exactly where it needs to go? No, you haven't, because you're clumsy. So I just don't know that it's actually possible for somebody to do their own hairpiece exactly right. But hair is not an exact thing either. It just sort of grows sporadically out of your head and disappears, unfortunately, as well, in a bit of a sporadic pattern as follicles die. So I'm probably just going to shave my head now, because I thought this fucking sucks. Now, do I want to put on another shitty hairpiece? Like most of the hairpieces I've got, like 2 out of 3 hairpieces I've got are the offcuts that I've tried to convert into front partials. Never know if it's going to work out. So, I mean, there is a way to change my appearance, and that is fucking lose weight. Go for a fucking exertive walk or clean the house or something. But concentrate on changing my face and body shape, which seem to have hit every branch on the way down the ugly tree. This would not really look that good to have a shaved head. And then when you do shave your head, at what point do you decide you've got to get rid of these sideburns and have 0 sideburns? It just makes your face look so plain, doesn't it? People say, well, yeah, but you can alleviate the plain looking face by growing a beard because you're not bald here. Then, of course, I could choose to let my baldness be highly visible with the contrast of where my massive scoops are missing out of here. Or potentially just try to grow what little hairs still remain growing in this zone and try to comb over to one side like I used to in the beginning before I had a hairpiece. No. So the main 2 options now are, do I shave my head and thus get rid of all this annoying fucking maintenance that I've got to do on myself, given that my whole life my hair's been bright, curly, buffy, red hair, and then I was lucky that it became a little bit less red because it was just too vibrant. I didn't want to look like Ginger Megs my whole life. Ronald McDonald. And then I started balding, and then I put a hairpiece on, and that seemed to make me excited for a while, but the effort has become a bit of a pain in the ass, given that I was thinking maybe I want to do some sporty type things. Being a baldy is probably going to diminish my treatment. What the fuck is this lump? Is this a lump of fat? I don't know what's going on with that lump. I've spent my whole life, shoulders back, head up. But I feel like I've bent my spine. Look at that. Jesus Christ. I'm so glad I've got a side monitor. It's a curse though. This is who I am as a person. This is what defines me. See, give yourself at least a fucking chance with a chin for a start. Shave this shit. See, growing up, I don't remember having to worry so much about all of this. But then again, I probably didn't cut my own hair, and I never looked at my profile in the mirror, and I probably wasn't growing a nice big thicket of back hair on my teenage back. Just as you get older, you get fucking ugly. Alright, so no jawline. Bring it around. Okay, how's that? What if I didn't want them so fucking fat? That's what I'd have there. Then obviously nobody wants this hairstyle that I've got showing now. So if I shaved all that and it blended instead of being a stark cut off line where my stencil's supposed to go. Put some sort of hairpiece back on there. Is it the front or the back? Yeah. That's supposed to be the front of the hairpiece. Okay, so this is what I got going on now. And then this. Just got this buff sticking out the back here. Like, I don't have the skill to shave up my back in a smooth transition way and have it begin nicely. I think fitness with, shoulders up, head up, and have a jawline instead of rather than a fat line, fat jabber, a jabber line would make it better. Now, obviously this hairpiece is a bit too fucked. This discoloration came from Alexa, open the studio blinds. This Alexa, open the studio blinds. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Thank you. Alright, so makes a big say, okay, what's happening here? Green is happening. Alright, Alexa, close the studio blinds. Is it gonna go away? Not really. Too much green coming in from that direction. So I still haven't perfected the green screen. Oh well, I'm working on it. Does this seem like a more hello? Is anyone out there? Does it seem like a nice infinite space where I can clearly get my point across? It feels nice. It feels very blue, but I like it. You can tell every speck of dandruff and everything that's sticking on my shoulders in this environment. So yeah, am I going to shave my head today, or am I going to put on another hairpiece, or am I going to just re-stick this one down? Only time, whatever that may mean, will tell. Yeah, you can't be fat and bald. You've got to be fit and bald, minimum. Like I said, and then you need to have a tan as well if you can possibly get one. I don't get tanned. I just get sunburnt and freckles. See, this brushed back baldness look is an interesting choice as well. Like if I went for the deliberately bald look, why not exacerbate it by growing my hair long and just brushing that back and having that accentuated, I'm making a feature of my extended forehead. Could do that. Wouldn't get me the poster boy roles though. But then again, once they find out about this, which girls are going to be rubbing themselves over this guy? Not many, I reckon. Poster boy, yeah, my dream come true. I like to have a nice thicket growing back here. Fucking hell, dude. How ugly can you get? It's ugly by the looks of things. I think I'm looking even worse on the other side, so keep going. Hunchback as well. Computer every day. I've got to get out there. I've got to fucking man up. Get in there. Get a full head of hair or shave it off and stop being a cunt. All right. I'll try to fix this. I get a lot of problems medically when I faint. I mean, I faint all the time. I don't faint all the time. I just feel like I'm about to faint all the time. I've got such bad circulation from sitting down that exercise is a huge effort, painful effort. It's like this some gigantic basketball inside my lungs, and I just want to puke it out of my lungs, and I can't. And then I get like this acidic feeling in every single muscle in my body, and I start feeling paralyzed. Because I sometimes spend, I'm not kidding, 60 solid hours playing a computer game just with a mouse and a keyboard, just staring at the screen like this. You're the screen, right? Probably better if I do this. Mouse, keyboard, mouse, keyboard. Right. I'm like this for 60 hours solid. If there's food, or smoke, I just... So I got medical issues. This probably coated my lungs with whatever the fuck that is. Like, imagine that, but 5 refills a day of this just constantly. Okay, so in terms of shirt, like I said, you can't have a round t-shirt if you've got a round head, right? That's just too round. Too much, like, you're just a fucking circle. You can't be fat, I promise you. You cannot be fat and bald. It looks terrible. It looks worse than even... Hello. Actually, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't look worse than this. Like, don't do this hairstyle in public. Alright? Don't think, oh yeah, I want to be like StickOnHair. Hey, I talked about myself in the third person finally. Yes, I made it. I'm in the club. I'm going to get my hair done like this. No, don't do that. Do this. Done. But better. Do it better than this. I've pre-glued the other hairpiece. It's on standby, ready to go, but it's a fucking off-cut piece. Like I've said, I get the full hairpiece like this, and I go chop, 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 and I get 3 out of it, and then there's only one good one. That was this one that I fucking just butchered because I didn't like the bits there. I wanted it to streamline into the hairline, which it should, because I should measure my scalp and make a proper stencil so that my hair pieces merge seamlessly up into here instead of ending here and having this triangle, because it's not perfect, it's not measured properly. And then when I try to, bring it up just by lifting it up, it creates a fold up here or something, and I just don't want that fold either. And all these problems happen because my stencil is not measured accurately. I keep saying all the years that I'll keep doing it, I'll remeasure it properly, but what I do instead is I just keep chopping bits out of the stencil approximately and end up with a shitty stencil. And given this is a partial... See, what the thing is, for those of you who have full hairpiece, your hairpiece doesn't end with a little edge like that, does it? It just goes like that, and then it keeps going back. So it doesn't really matter if the placement's a bit off. It just has to cover over any exposed forehead. So you can get it sort of perfect. Maybe I need to mimic that. But then maybe I'd have to start wearing a full hairpiece. And it probably wouldn't be a hugely bad idea, except for the fact that I can't see the top of my head, but I did build a new mirror system. But it's floppy. It doesn't work. I've started, getting a bunch of ceiling mounts and stuff around the place. And like tripod poles that are bolted to the clamped to the desk and stuff. So I'm getting more into clamps and mounting and stuff. So I should be able to figure out a good way to put a reverse mirror in the bathroom that I can just bring down on a boom arm and just hold above my head so I can see any sort of placement that I need to do. Obviously this will only work in my own apartment, because everywhere else I go there are no well-lit mirrors with the nice little hovering, a placement mirror above my head, which sort of limits my movements. And I lived in a van for 15 years. I would have had a lot of trouble. And during that time I was basically going bald and started wearing hairpieces. My first hairpieces were placed in the van, and I was always shy about leaving and stuff. My priority has got to be exercise. I mean, I'll keep wearing the hairpieces, and I'll try to keep shaving the back of my neck so I can get rid of this, and then get rid of... I think this lump may be... My mum has it too. She's 73. I think it's a lump of fat. That's why shirts and jackets and everything have stopped fitting me. I've got a lot of back fat. It's not just lower back fat. It's upper hump fat. I have hump fat. Am I ugly when I cry? I've got the jam of the chin fat too. It's too much fat. Just gonna get rid of it. I gotta go exercise. It's the only way. I can't just sit here talking to you about losing weight. It doesn't burn enough calories. Maybe if I started speaking with an American accent, I could burn 10,000 more calories than if I spoke in my regular Australian accent. Thanks, Bob. Thank you, Hank. My name is Barbara. I'm from Massachusetts. Fucking stop telling us where you're from. You're from the United States. You're from America. Right? Just America. Your one country. Stop saying, I'm from this place. It's like, do you get trained when you're, pledging allegiance to the flag as children? Like, oh, we pledge allegiance to Jesus Christ of America. Look, from the rest of the world's perspective, this whole allegiance thing reeks of Nazi youth. I'm sorry, but nobody's that patriotic. That level of patriotism is very military, right? From an outsider's perspective. And I think 100% of people agree with me. So then you've got the whole phrasing. Like, just pick that thing up over there, right? Maybe we say over there, and you just say right there. That right there. Over there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. And but you keep repeating it. It's like, that's the phrase. Yeah. My anti-American sentiment is ostracizing the 3,500 regular viewers I used to have, I think. And they've gone, fuck this shit, Bob. Click. Next. Get this guy out of here. It's like that line from the Phantom Menace, those things that were commentating the pod racing. I don't care which universe you come from, that's gotta hurt. Just very plastic. It's like those things from. This is everyone's opinion of America, by the way, not just mine. So don't blame me. Okay, this is just everyone talks about how totally cheesy and energetic they are. Like, it's just over the top. It's not that I haven't met real life Americans before and I've spoken to them as actual people and they're like, hey, I just get an American accent, but I'm a regular person, so stop being an asshole. They can actually be like that. They can actually be what we would consider normal, right? But it's just on television. Then again, we have infomercials too, and those people are just not people at all. And I don't know. You know that famous aerobics video where everyone's like fucking Key and Peele did a spin-off. See, those guys, they speak like genuine people when they speak to each other, and then they've got like characters and stuff. But just, yeah, they take the piss out of that whole cheesy thing. The thing is, if it's not a movie, often we get news presenters from America, and they're often extremely, in Ohio, 10,000 people died today in Ohio. Like, fucking just calm down. Like, don't eat me. Fucking just tell me gently what's going on. Don't fucking, okay, thank you so much for that. That was amazing. And now back to you in the studio, Bob. Thank you, Hank. Sorry. I better shut the fuck up. Stop talking about Nazi youth in relationship to fucking pledging allegiance to the flag. All right, okay. We're number one, yeah. Booyah. Sorry, enough. Tough crowd. Here's that mirror swing arm thing I was telling you about. But it's just really kind of floppy. Not that I can't tighten that bit. It's just that when I try to put it behind my head over here when I'm looking in the mirror, it's hard to keep it up. So it needs refinement. Now in this film studio, I've got these ceiling connectors which I can clamp things onto, so potentially I could do something like that, and then maybe put a beam of some sort. So I pre-glued this. Obviously I left a gigantic puddle of glue in the middle of it because I poured the glue and then tried to paste it out to the edges. This is an edge piece, as evidenced by this little bit of Auschwitz tag that's chopped off there. I'll just rest it on my head here and try to place it. This is very awkward. Oh, okay, we lost the comb. Right. Interesting. That bit there is bald. Didn't know that. I don't know how much this is actually helping with accuracy because the mirror is balancing on my head. Got zero visibility on this side. I don't know how much that helped, but it was interesting to see there's a little bit bald spot there. So the hairpiece I just took off was probably better than this, but like I said, I did the diagonal chop and fucked it. Okay, there's a lot of exposed base there because I didn't do the cutting around the front there, and I have to do it. Can you see what's going on there? That's just so much exposed base, I have to get rid of it. Okay. Okay, so once again I can show you, this is the corner here, which is supposed to be up here somewhere, right? Oh fuck. All the glue just got detached. Hopefully it'll nut back in. Very dodgy. There's got a fold here now. This has no glue on it whatsoever on this corner here. Some overhang, some fold. That's what I say. You gotta have a perfect stencil cut. See, this one feels pretty well lined up on that edge, see? Smooth. I'll just add more glue to it. Look how runny this is. Alright, this is very, very runny. Dangerous drippage. It's very drippy. Don't know how much adhesion I've sacrificed. Well, it's like there's no stick under there at all. What's going on? I'll deal with this after it dries. Some glue here, but I can't brush it, otherwise the whole thing will be pulled off my head. So hopefully it'll land in a good spot this time. There's that glue. I don't know how well this glue is going to work, given it's basically 50-50 glue and alcohol. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's got very little stick. And that's pretty diluted, 50%. Oh, looks like we've got some exposed base here as well. We'll deal with the hairs that I just chopped after I've glued this front bit down. I'm a bit concerned that I've placed the hairpiece too high. Damn it. Fucking Walker Tape Company packaging is so shit. Begone, foul beast! Fuck off of me. I reckon it's supposed to come down to there, not there. Chunk. alleviating chunkiness. How's the gap? Is it crazy? Hopefully it'll merge somewhat. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. I'll just leave it like that. I mean, it is futuristic looking and to have that extra chunk. Too old to begin the training. Check your wetware. Pretty good hairline. Now that I've removed most of the exposed base here, but there is still a chunk there, isn't there? Bits of exposed base. That will become a problem. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good. I'll just wet the rest of my hair as well so it's uniform. I may work on improving this in the future. I think this hairpiece is going to be pretty good. See, if this was in a good spot, I'd be able to hold that steady and do this. Fuck that baldness here. What the hell is that? That's all my hair's just falling out of there. That's male pattern baldness, all right. Shit. No, I can't swap sides. That stand is doing nothing to help me. Fuck. That's why I hate tanned, hairless people with perfect heads of hair. They can get fucked. They don't even know the advantages they've got. So I'm just going to put some, first of all, one more thing to get rid of. So I've trimmed the eyebrows, shaved the back of my neck, and now I'm doing my ears. Now when you do your nose, which I rarely ever do, don't put one of those nose shavers up there. Wax it. Otherwise you'll be left with stubble in your nostrils, and that is not comfortable. I'm gonna go in. So that's done. Now I look fucking beautiful. Oh yeah, I want to put this. It runs out really quickly, this stuff. It just keeps your hair from being really frizzy the whole time. It is a real pity about the balding on the back of my head here though. I just get the feeling that it's not that bad all the time, like it fluctuates in how bald it looks depending on the lighting or something. How's the perimeter join? Does that look okay? Worst possible conditions, like when it's wet. Then again, if it doesn't look good when it's wet all the time, when I become a, world famous swimmer, which I'm intending to become, maybe in the next 15, 16 years, I'll go for the Olympics or something. How old will I be then? 15 years from now, I'll be 60. I've been alive for a long time. Yeah, I'm old. Whatever. Whatever, man. We're number one. Alright, so this is a pretty good looking hairstyle. Now, as you saw a moment ago, I'm going really bald back here. I can't see what you can see there, but yeah. That whole area is thinning, and I'm gonna have to potentially wear a full topper in days to come. Did I leave like a little mini Hitler there? Get rid of that for a sec. Got rid of it. This is quite disturbing. I don't like losing the crown. I didn't like losing this at all, but it's the crown. That's hard to... More importantly, I've got to lose weight, but maybe there'll come a day when I'll be using a full topper and I'll wonder why I ever bothered with the whole transition shit, right? I mean, after all, it's designed to have the crown positioned here, and then just you place it down like a hat, you glue it on. You could probably just shave your head and it will all just seamlessly blend, because you just do the whole thing. Like you just shave all of that short, and then I could get the backs nice and short as well. So potentially I could choose whether or not I've got a shaved head or wear a hairpiece on any given day. But the problem is you've got to shave away all of this with a razor so that it makes good contact, because you can't just glue straight onto stubble, unfortunately. I wish there was some kind of thicker type of glue thing that you could just put there, and you'd get, you know, a poly piece. It would have all pre-glue, and just put it on and it would just stay on stubbly hair, so you could shave your head and put this thing on and it wouldn't be a problem. And you'd never have that embarrassing Friar Tuck hairstyle at all, ever. So yeah, lose weight, gain muscle, and I really do truly notice the difference in how people treat me when I look better or worse. So just remember, stay vain and care about your appearance, because it's what's on the outside that counts.